do that. Even though you bake them, still when they rest, they release moisture. So if you're dealing with fruit and flour, it's hard to, it's hard to avoid it. If your cake is greasy on the bottom, there's too much oil. Any other questions? Yes?
This has nothing to do with baking.
Okay.
I was saying I want a bunch of dill, or I want ginger, and so the twigs are always too big for what I need.
Break it off. Just turn it back and go snap, and you're paying it by the pound.
Okay.
So if you see these great big, sprigs of ginger, you only need one little tiny piece. I usually just go up like this, and I can bring this ginger up. They don't care. You're buying it by the pound.
All right. In the past, when I had some left, I didn't know how to save it for other times. I put it in the freezer. But I wanted it. It was black, so I threw it away. I don't know how to preserve it.
You can't really, it's like certain fruits and vegetables, you can't freeze them, it changes the temperature, like certain things.
Is that true of the excess of herbs like parsley or...
You can. I know a lot of people that freeze their basil at the end of the summer. It changes it. It's a fresh herb. It's a fresh herb. A fresh herb is frozen. It's a different item.
Pesto.
Yeah, you can make pesto because once it's an oil, that also helps it. You have an oily herb. Let me just get on to her ginger question for 1 second. As far as storing ginger, you just get a little piece and then use it. You can't freeze it; it doesn't work frozen. And after it loses its freshness, it's not worthwhile. It's better off just getting another piece. Yes.
I want to just share. I'd like to share my experience with dill.
Sure.
It's my favorite thing for soup. And what I do is I buy a large bunch of dill. I wash it, and then I just cut off the part that's been dirty, the part that's been in the ground, and I chop up the rest of it, put it in a jar, and put it in the freezer, and as long as it lasts, it's good.
For cooking especially,
It's
for
perfectly
soup,
delicious.
yeah.
It makes the difference in soup tremendous.
It does. Dill also doesn't turn black.
It never
It
turns
dark.
color. You drop it into the soup, it's bright green.
Yeah, using it for soups and cooking products, it's okay. You can use it fresh in salads, so it changes.
That's different.
But yeah, dill frozen in soup, it works out fine. Any other questions on herbs or ginger or anything while we're on the subject? Nope? Yes?
The cookie recipes, it calls for a vanilla bean. And you take out and then you just use the bean, because I put the whole thing in the Cuisinart and use the...
Well, you're actually supposed to use the seeds. You're
So I
supposed
was
to
great.
split it.
Thank you.
You split it. That's fine. It's good. You have a little texture, you have a little brown stuff in there. The actual pod of a vanilla bean is kind of leathery. And what you do is you split it open with a little paring knife, and you take your knife, and all these little tiny sticky black seeds come out. That's what you use if you're making creme brulee. You scrape those seeds into heavy cream, and you simmer the cream, and it infuses it with the vanilla. But then what you can do is you take this empty pod and stick it in some sugar, and it flavors the whole thing with sugar. It turns the sugar into vanilla sugar. And you can use it. You can use it for potpourri. You can use it for a lot of things. You don't want to waste it. Anybody else? Questions? Okay. Let me see where we're going. So we talked about salt. Salt is not bad. It's a flavor enhancer in baking for vegetables, eggs, a lot of things. Salt is not the enemy that people say it is. And then, one of my other recommendations for shopping in White Plains in the motor vehicle building. I don't know if any of you have ever been there. I don't have the exact address. There is an Oriental market downstairs called Kamsen. Let me spell that for you. Kamsen. It's a really interesting place. You can go in there. They carry a lot of Asian, Chinese, and Japanese product. Fried fish that you've never seen in your life. 50,000 types of seaweed, not 50,000, but a lot. Dried seaweed, rices, produce, bok choy, which is something you get in Chinese food from this big to this big. It's just an interesting place to go. I mean, you know, some people say, you know, looking around the food store is interesting. Trust me, this place is really fun to see. And they also carry fresh fish. The people are very helpful there. If you know, they ask one of the managers, they can tell you what things are used for sometimes. A lot of the sauces, a lot of the jars are not in English, so it's a mystery. They're looking at something with eels and there's garlic on it, so you can kind of assume it's some kind of dried sauce with garlic eel. But it's really interesting, and if you're looking for a hard-to-find Asian product, I highly recommend it. And the prices are very, very reasonable. They have really fresh fish, and they also have a Latin section now. They're catering to, you know, they're expanding. But they also have green tea powder, different types of Japanese and Chinese herbs, candy, which my kids love. They like to get things from different, you know, it's interesting for them to go and look at, you know, foreign candy. But it's a great store. It's a really good store. Yes?
I was looking for mushroom soy sauce for a recipe.
They have it. They'll have it. Yeah. Yes?
What do you think of the Chinese market on Central Avenue? Vegetables, frozen foods.
I don't know.
No, it's Chinese.
Yeah, I don't know it. I don't know it. I'm kind of a creature of habit. I can't go to my places. I like to find out about new places, but I'll always go back to where I'm safe. Yes?
This is really the large one, right?
Yeah.
Fresh vegetables.
They're large one and pieces. Yeah, they're good too. You'll get a lot of organic vegetables there. They're basically, if you're going for organic, that's the place to go. You'll pay top dollar. You'll get bugs. Don't be afraid of organic. If you shop organic, be prepared for some bugs because they use safe pesticides, but they're not necessarily as efficient as some of the other stuff that they spray vegetables with. So be prepared to find a couple of little guys in your salad and stuff. It's okay. Yes.
I love apples, and yet I understand it's today considered a forbidden fruit because of the pesticide. Can you tell us how we can eat an apple?
Peel them. Don't eat the skin. I know. Then you lose a
I
lot
do
of
that, but they're
fiber.
telling me I'm missing everything.
Well, unfortunately, fruit, you know, when they have a thin skin like an apple, you know, it does absorb stuff, and they can spray them with waxes. The only thing to do is to wash them really, really well, and that'll take some of it off. I don't know how much because I'm not a scientist, but a little soap and water, wash it, dry it, you will remove some of what's on there.
Do you know that I actually taste some of the pesticides in some of the fruits and vegetables, especially from that market, Viva Grande?
Yeah, well, because they get, you know, a lot of the stuff is not organic. You know, it's an interesting place to shop. I'm not necessarily saying they always have the best quality. I did through it. I don't grab what's in front and I'll look underneath. And you know, look at your product. If you can buy soggy lettuce anywhere. You can buy stuff. You have to look. Look at what you're getting. Anybody else? Yes.
New area. I bought shrimp the other day to use as shrimp cocktail and brought it home and I washed. I mean, I let the cold water run over it. And it became very soggy. Should I have
Was
done
it
that?
cooked?
No, it was fresh.
It was
cooked.
fresh. It was cooked.
Cooked, yeah.
Yeah, I don't advise buying pre-cooked shrimp. You know, especially in washing it, they can get a little waterlogged.
It didn't look it until, it looked nice and dry until I ran it under cold water.
Yeah, and then they got I understand you want to freshen it up by running it under water and clean it when you were handling it, especially since it's not going to be cooked again. My recommendation, try to find a place that you can trust without washing the shrimp again, or if you can, boil them yourself to do it fresh. You'd be better off with that kind of product. Definitely better off.